Hello, my water element. This is High Priestess Key 333 to come through to do your element read. This is for anyone who resonates with the water element at this time. If water is what you've been feeling, as we know, water is about your emotions, water is about your intuitive energy at this time, water is about you actually being connected to spirit, maybe receiving your downloads and any information, because remember, water is the conduit to spirit. Water is everything. We're made up of 70% of water, right? Um, and so it is. So if hold one moment, family, hold one moment, all right? Sorry, water. Okay, I'm back. And as you can see, I have my readers on because I was trying to do some things and read something, and then my phone had rang, and I was doing some other stuff. But water, I'm back. Okay, so water. This is for anyone who feels or is connected to the water element at this time. These are messages from the ancestors. I am using my ancestor deck, which is cards that have been created by me and my ancestors based off of the spiritual astrology and planetary alignment. Okay, that's how I read over here for High Priestess Key. Okay, I don't use tarot cards, but I do use my intuitive messages as well to bring to you in reference of downloads. All right, so let's get into the message for water. And this is not time stamped. When you see it is when you're supposed to receive it. I never time stamp the messages over here because it's based off of the element, so you never know how and what you're going to start feeling in reference of the elements. All of us should be feeling very emotional right now in reference of the chaotic things that are happening in the world, right? So you may be able to resonate with water with everyone, right? So let's see what this water message is. All right, what's the water element message, energy message around water for the collective, please? And it may resonate with more of the water signs, Scorpio, Pisces, or I said Aquarius. I'm thinking Aquarius because we're in the age of Aquarius, and I do always feel like Aquariuses are closer to water because they are the water barriers. But this is for Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, and we are in Pisces season. So this may resonate with a lot of you guys very strongly, ancestors. Right now, the message in reference of the water element. What is it that we need to know? Messages for the water element. Advice, messages. Thank you, ancestors. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Ancestors said right now we're in a zone right now where it is going to be a very emotional time. Okay, we may feel like we got tricked out of some things. Okay, we may feel like, some of us just may be going through a very trying times in reference of, the things that we're having to deal with around our living conditions. As a water sign right now, I'm seeing that it's all about you sacrificing some things at this time. It's a lot of emotional situations happening for water. Water right now, the element is definitely showing in reference of major things that you may be going through, even in reference of your throat chakra, being able to express yourself, being able to talk about what it is that you're feeling. Also I'm picking up for water element. Oh, my fault. Let me look this up. Um, you definitely are enduring some things around finances, love. Okay, ancestors is showing that. But right now, for water element, the main thing I'm seeing is being emotionally unbalanced right now. You may be feeling some type of way. This could be in reference of, a relationship with a man, or um, definitely if you're dealing with a relationship, if you're in a relationship and you're a water sign right now, or a water element, or you connect to it, you definitely could be feeling like, you may feel like you're being used, or you may feel like you're not being, the energy is not reciprocated, rather, right? You're going through emotional turmoil at this time. Some of my water signs, the energy that is here, the ancestors is saying that it's a lot of sacrifices that you're going to have to make that are coming up for you, future based, right? And that's showing in reference of the things that you may lust for. Let's say you want to get a car, or you want to get a new home, or as this is saying, it's a lot of sacrifices you're going to have to make, especially when it comes to your physical needs, your well-being and things like that, your homes. Maybe you want to move, maybe you want to, maybe it's been a struggle trying to make sure your bills is paid, your rent is paid and things like that. And the ancestors is saying, lately you've been going through a lot of emotional things as a water sign or water element. If you're connecting to, these are the things that are highlighted right now in reference of what could be causing you some issues. The ancestors is definitely giving me multiple things about that. So right now, for some of my water elements, those that are resonating with the water elements, the way that you also may feel at this time is that you may be just trying to, it's not that you've checked out, but it's like you may be dealing with a lot around your mental and your emotional well-being. um, you also may have some things going on in reference of, feeling like some type of distractions is happening in your life or interruptions. It may even also be where, you may just feel a little bit out of alignment, or you feel like something is out of alignment. And the ancestors is telling you these things you can create and change, because the energy that you're in, with Uranus being definitely in reference of the vibrations of water right now, it's showing that you're a powerhouse. You can shift this energy. Okay, it is definitely showing that it is a lot of things that you may be hiding. It may be some things that you haven't dealt with in reference of your shadow self, and the ancestors want you to tap in with that. That should be something you should be working on, and being inspired to do. Also, some of my water signs, you may have some things that you're working on or you need to do in reference of your daughter. um, and this is showing it's coming up, for some of you out there. That's just very specific for whoever this may be. I had to take off my readers. Also, I'm seeing definitely energy here in reference of some changes that are happening around your finances, water. Let's keep going. Let's clarify the spread for water element ancestors. Clarity on the water element, please. The messages for water right here. Thank you. Water element ancestors. What's the messages? Clarity on the water element. Yeah. Okay. So yeah. So definitely, it's some changes that are happening here. Um, and I mean, what it looks like is like you're ready to have these things change, and you're working on it yourself at this time. Yes. And water. Let me tell you something. The main overall energy about your, let me talk to you guys, water element in reference of the separate messages that are within the message, right? So water, if you're resonating in reference of being in the water element, which means being very emotional, maybe even doing a lot of crying and being overly emotional, or even being in your feelings about a relationship, there is some energy here in reference of somebody that may not be telling you everything, may not be doing the right thing towards you. And it's coming back in reference of a male. The rim that you're on, it is a lot of unbalanced energy in that relationship, and you've had clues to this situation happening, and you may even live with this person, or you may have, it's definitely Mercury energy here. So Mercury, we're in Mercury retrograde. Okay. So there's some things that are coming back around, and I'm also feeling like water energy, there will be somebody who wants to come back and reconcile. And you may be even being very emotional over that. Because it could be that this person brings up old relationship feelings. It could be that you're reminiscing on someone from the past. This is about your emotional, your mind, your emotions. This is about your well-being, how you need to tap back into the things that you need to work on yourself. Because I'm seeing a lot here. Also seeing a lot about earthly possessions and material things. Ancestors want you to remember to follow all the rules, and everything with you right now for water elements, you need to come out of or be able to control your emotions, because it's taking over your thoughts. Okay. That's what the ancestors definitely want you to know right now. Because, maybe even having a lot of emotional, thoughts, memories that are resurfacing about old relationships, people that were here at one point in time that may have passed on. That's making you overly emotional at this time. And also just feeling like people are using you in different ways right now. I'm definitely seeing that this is the energy overall at first. And then when I clarified it, the ancestors brought up another part that definitely shows in reference of you having a lot of sorrows, a lot of regrets that's making you emotional right now as well. Um, and also your ego. Okay, the ego is coming up. So the ancestors want you to work on that. Okay. Sometimes we want things to happen when we want it to happen, or either we're living out of our ego excessively that causes us to have things that go back to our emotions, emotional trauma, emotional drama, is what the ancestors is saying right now. For my water element, the ancestors mainly want you to know it's all about getting to the root cause of a solution. I mean, of a problem to get to the solution. Now, that can mean you having to tap in with self, turn within, maybe having to do your shadow work, maybe having to sit with self and journal and write down your emotions and really sit with self and figure out exactly why it is that you may be wanting this or lusting for this person or wanting this situation to happen all over again. Because with this energy, it's also showing it's you that's in repeated cycles or wanting to put yourself back into a repeated cycle. So the ancestors say right now it's not time for you to go back into any type of repeated cycles. It's time for you to break the cycle. It's time for you to turn the energy that you may have and move into a new phase in your life. It's time for you to adventure and move on, right? So the ancestors is also saying for some of you that are in the water element, there is some type of energy in reference of a male cheating. Okay, you may feel this, you may know this, but I'm definitely seeing it here. I'm also seeing energy of like violent men in your life, like maybe somebody attached to some type of crime situation, right? Or maybe having some issues in reference of maybe the person you're dealing with being in some type of incarceration or some type of situation like that. It's something about a male in a relationship with a water element person or someone who resonates with this, who is very much in their water element, right? And they're having major issues controlling their mind and controlling their emotions because everything is overwhelming. The ancestors is saying, you know, right now you have to get to the root of a situation, okay? Whatever this problem is, okay? Don't be don't be an ass trying to get to trying to ignore things, or even don't even settle for someone being that way to you, okay? Because as we all know, the saying is a hard ass makes a soft no, a hard head makes a soft behind. That's what it is, right? So I don't know why that was needed to be said to somebody out there. Chiron energy is here. So it's like a wounded healer needs to happen. You need to heal the old wounds. That goes back to what I was telling you here with the energy of that four, right? That's definitely energy of moon. Okay, so some of you, that is that energy of, hidden trauma, things that's making you reminisce on those things that may have been traumatic in the past, but still lusting after it, which is wow, right? So the answers want you to shift that energy. Some of you, this is in reference of whoever you were dating. This is also in reference of maybe some, old past job or situation or contract that may be trying to come back your way. I don't know, but this is the element that ancestors is saying you're in. Also, in reference of health, patience and with yourself, because I'm seeing a lot here. Some of you may have some issues in reference of your bowels right now. So I'm seeing a lot in the messages that the ancestors gave about bowels for the water signs, and that could also be making you very because the stomach, okay, is what the ancestors is saying. Because remember, the stomach is the other heart, okay. So I have that. I have also some of you need to not drink as much, liver issues, liver problems, things of that sort. And also, be careful, what you're doing in reference of your bowels is what I'm seeing a lot of. Okay. Right now, you must make your weaknesses your strength. All right. What else, ancestors? Right now you can shift this energy of not having to deal with whatever it is that you may be feeling like it's causing you some type of trauma. Ancestors said right now it's all about you creating and changing things, but you definitely may have had lately uncontrollable emotions, and the ancestors want you to know you can come out of that. For some of you on the positive side of things, there's a lot here about your prosperity and abundance going up. I'm seeing a lot of earthly material things coming in, and it looks like you're going to be invited to a lot of new things. You're going to be, it's all about you right now for my water element. That's another good thing that's going to turn around for you. You could be receiving people calling you, inviting you out. You know, it could be things that you need to be ready for. So ancestors want you to be prepared, be ready. You're going through a big transition in your life right now. Okay, you're going through a big transition in your life, and I'm definitely seeing that you have to definitely keep your mind on the prize. Stay focused on whatever it is that you're desiring or whatever it is that you're working on. The ancestors want you to stay focused. Okay. um watch your eating habits. Watch your you need to be drinking a lot of water is what the ancestors is saying to me. Drinking a lot of water. All right. So that is the message that I have for water element, but it looks like a lot here, especially when it comes to love. A lot of love aspects here. But the ancestors is showing that you can work your way through it. But you must understand that with those interruptions that you're having in your life, whether it's love, whether it's whatever, you have an intervention that's coming in for that, right? But you must cultivate by you utilizing your mind, be using your intelligence, confirmation. Um, and also, some of you need to get your vision checked. So make sure you get your vision checked, okay? And you may have some type of medical situation, and it could cause some type of medical bill, or you may be working to try to get a medical bill paid. It looks like that's going to come through as well. All right. So that was just specifically for someone. I don't know why that came through, but it did. But that's what I'm seeing. Now, also, if you're resonating with water at this time, you could also not just be water. I always tell you guys that. So I did remember I told you earlier I was picking up on Aquarius energy. That's here. Pisces is here. Leos is here. Virgos is here. And Scorpios is here, of course. All right. So those are the elements that I'm seeing in the signs that are popping up in this message. Just make sure that you take care of self. Okay. Take care of self. I will see you guys soon. Water. Peace, peace, peace. And control your emotions. That's the main thing. Okay. Peace.